All right. I got other things coming today, but I felt a ramble coming on. So I'm going to inject it here. It got activated by a couple of things. But yesterday I was listening to Kevin's live stream, and he was talking about, I think it was called Young Women, You Don't Owe Older Women Anything. And he said he was getting a lot of messages from younger women about getting married and about getting a mate, and if they needed advice. And they realized that competition is getting stiff out there, and they needed a leg up. They needed to improve. So I got to thinking. Now, I'll put the link in the description to Kevin's video. It's actually one of the better ones he's done that I've heard. Now, maybe it's mistaken. Kevin, don't shoot me, okay? Don't shoot me. It's just my opinion. But it's one of the better ones that I've seen Kevin do, and he really got intense. I saw him come out in father mode. But it kind of got me to thinking about stuff I've been seeing over maybe the last couple of weeks. And it's something that I didn't think I would see probably ever, but especially not this soon. Because I was saying that women are actually controlled by the environment. And I was saying, going back maybe 3 years, that eventually the environment would change and black women's attitudes would change, right? So at times, black women had this haughty attitude that they were better than everybody else, and they didn't have to speak to black men, and they looked down their noses at most black men. They had that look where they didn't want to engage. And I thought eventually that the environment, the economic environment, would make black women more sociable and more cooperative, right? A little bit more humble, take them down a peg, right? So I thought, eventually 2-3 years, maybe 4, that it would slowly erode on that fake self-confidence that black women had about themselves. And, last year you could start to see it kind of take a step back, kind of erode. But what I've been seeing for the last couple of weeks, and maybe it's because of the economy actually descending faster than I thought, and with actually combine it with automation. Maybe it's falling in on itself faster than I thought. But what I saw for the last couple of weeks, I didn't think I would ever see. And I was looking at it, and it kind of puzzled me until Kevin spoke about it yesterday. Kevin talked about the numbers of how many men of value and how many black men, period, there were, and how there wasn't enough to go around, and how black women, period, need to wake up. And from what I saw, they not only have woken up, they look like they've woken up to a nightmare. And I noticed it, I was like, I frequent the 99-cent store. I'm an old man. I'm not ashamed of it. And it used to be poor women maybe with their kids and stuff like that, and old folks, right? But lately I've seen younger and younger women in the 99-cent store. And it's not Nicole Ali. She says she never goes, and I suspect that she never will. But I've seen them in the 99-cent store, and I see this look in their face. I see this look in their face of sadness. And I couldn't put my finger on it until Kevin's stream. And I'm waking up, putting 2 and 2 together, and I said, oh, that's the look of defeat. And it's sad and it's disheartening, because I know people think, and women think, that I hate women, and I hate black women especially, because I'm so harsh. And actually, I'm not. I got 2 daughters. I actually love my women, probably to a fault. And it bothers me to see this look on their face. And it bothers me that there's nothing that I or anyone can do about it. Because in the economic downturns, especially for black people, and not only do those numbers get worse, I mean, the numbers are going to be the numbers, but the thing is, the numbers get worse for what they used to call viable black men. Because as the economy erodes, it takes viable black men away, and so now those viable black men, or the black men that are on the edge, they're thinking about their own survival and the extra money that they would have to acquire a woman they don't have. So I'm looking at a lot of hollowed out black women, and I'm seeing some nice looking hollowed out black women, like they're just alone. Some of them with a single child, and some of them by themselves. They just have this look of defeat, like the look of hopelessness. Now, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just my area. Because this is Los Angeles, and this is a gentrified area, and things are getting a lot tougher a lot sooner here. But it fascinates me. You can tell. You can tell when you see that there's a stare. I know people say it's the 1,000-mile stare. But there's that look, and I've seen it in people, but I've seen it in people that were, I've seen it in people that are homeless and that was just defeated, where life was just not viable anymore, and that look of hopelessness. And as I've been looking back over the last couple of weeks, I've actually started to recollect seeing that in more and more black women's eyes. Because before that, they were smiling more, they were talking to you more, they were greeting you more, their attitudes were a little bit more receptive, and that's a good thing. But what I'm seeing now is disturbing, because I don't think I've ever seen it in my entire life. I don't think I've ever seen that look amongst black women. Black women normally have the fortitude to have, no matter what condition that they're in, have that look of pride, or that look of haughtiness. And then more and more women of all ages. I mean, we've seen it from women in their 50s down to women in their 20s. Just that look, that defeated look. It's like you see those old World War II pictures when the Germans got defeated, and you see the soldiers just wandering through the woods. They're starving, they're hungry, and they've laid down their arms, and they've taken off the insignia on their clothing, and they have that blank stare, like no, it doesn't matter what happens after this. It's like I've always wondered what would happen if black girl magic actually wore off, and that hope wasn't there anymore. I've always wondered, how would women react? And I personally never thought I'd see black women react this fast to an environment. It's not like we're in a total economic collapse where, we have the Book of Eli or something like The Walking Dead, where people are just gone, or just, there's total anarchy. So what I'm wondering is, what is it like in your town? Do you see the same looks that I'm seeing? And I'm starting to believe so, because I don't hear the complaints about, or the same complaints about black women that I heard maybe 4 years ago, or 5 years ago, or even 10 years ago. What I'm starting to hear more from black men is that black women are starting to become a burden. So what I'm starting to hear is that black women are needing to be managed. So I'm assuming that black men are starting to get more attention because more women are coming to them. I've been hearing that over the past couple of years anyway. That men were getting these random Facebook messages, these random calls and text messages, even random knocks on the door from old past flames that they couldn't get along with them, that all of a sudden are trying to renegotiate It's interesting. You would think that a person like me that saw this coming would be laughing and enjoying the moment. And that is part of being able to see what's just over the horizon. I'm not a fortune teller, but you can speak about where things are going. And when you peek over the horizon, you already always hope that you're not correct. Maybe you can kind of sense something that's going to happen, but you don't want to be 100% correct, especially about something like this. And to see that in your sister's faces is just like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just sad. It's just sad. I hope this is just temporary. I hope this is just something I'm seeing locally and it's not something that's widespread. Because I would, I don't mind seeing sisters come down a peg and getting their minds right. But I don't like this defeated look that I'm seeing. But maybe today will be a different day and I'll see something different. And the women will be back smiling and happy and back ready to do their thing. Well, anyway, this is just a short ramble. Something that was on my mind that I needed to kind of get off my chest. I got at least one thing coming today, and maybe two if I can eke it out. We'll try to start doing more recorded videos rather than live streams. Live streams kind of wear me out, and with live streams, it gets contentious. And then the past 2 or 3 live streams, people have lost their freaking minds. So, with that, I'm gonna jump off here. I'll see you guys later. This is BGS out, and I'll have something up later on today. Peace.